Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the news in-game and see what kind of information is there that's going to help us get ready by going after some killer materia and abilities and things that are currently in the game that's going to help us beat the stuff that's coming out on Thursday. So if you're new, that's kind of what we're doing, and I appreciate you checking it out. So we have this week's main content, which is a World of Visions event for Legend of Mana. So if you've never done a World of Visions event, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Dark Visions but better. It's like themed, and the bosses are all like from a specific game, usually a collaboration with another game or a specific series in the franchise. This one is Legend of Mana. And it's called The Fleeting Fate of the Jumi, or maybe it's the Yumi, I don't know. But what's neat about this one, and I love this about Vision World, is that you fight a lot of different kinds of enemies, and you have to bring a whole lot of different kinds of elements that are going to work well to help you cap the fights. And so I'll take a look at it with you right now. Looks kind of like this. Ooh, look at all that. Very cool. And we see that there are 7 different stages. And from the wiki, we know that there's beast enemies, insects, humans, machines, and stone enemies. And like I said, you have to use all the different elements across the entire event. Now, the final boss, which comes out on the 10th, is a stone enemy weak to fire, ice, wind, earth, and dark. And it is cappable. The damage cap, according to the wiki, is 10,737,375,000 damage. But doing that is going to let you get rank 1. And between rank 1 and rank 1000, the reward is 10,000 Lapis. So you definitely want to push really hard and get that rank 1 clear. Frankly, knowing what we know and what units we have, I don't think this is going to be that difficult. My immediate plan, my immediate thought after doing this research for the event is that I'm probably going to be bringing Sylvie, Tsukiko, and pretty much anybody else like Chizuru, maybe Sky, but I don't think hitting that 10 billion damage cap is going to be that hard, unless they change it or make it the bosses significantly bulkier, because between Tsukiko and Sylvie, it's just going to be absurd, because she can do the 100% Earth Imbue and Imperil, or the 100% Earth Imbue and Amp, and then Tsukiko's got her Earth Field and her Earth Imperil. Sylvie's got a Stone Killer buff. So does Chizuru. It's gonna be very, very stacked in our favor, I think, unless they make the bosses tougher. But I still don't think it's gonna be that hard, even if they do, because those units are all ridiculous. But we definitely want to push and get that 10,000 Lapis. I know I need it. So there you go. All the other requirements are the same as Dark Vision. So 100 hit chain, take less than 5,000 damage, don't die, hit the boss with 6 or more effective attacks. So it means attacks that the boss is weak against, and that's going to get you perfect score on every level. Here is the rewards that we're going to get. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger on the screen. There you go. And talk about each one and their final upgraded form. At +4, the Salesman Glove is 220 attack. It's unfortunately a one-handed weapon, but it gives you Stone Killer and Bug Killer. Kind of cool. The Blackened Mail is attack 65 and spirit 10. Gives you True Double Hand 50% on a chest piece, which is kind of cool, very rare. The Pearl Pendant is attack and defense 50 and gives you LB damage 25% and 100% attack when you're equipped with a hammer. Probably not that useful. The Broom is a magic 210 one-handed rod that gives you Halo, which is a light magic chaining ability. Pretty cool if you like one-handed weapons. The the Emerald Ring is magic spirit 50, and it gives you magic true dual wield. You have to be wearing 2 one-handed weapons to get that benefit. So if you're like maybe a support chainer, or something like that, you're already wearing 2 weapons for like other reasons, this is going to give you a little more magic maybe. And then you've got the Excalibur Adventures of Mana version, which is 211 attack, one-handed unfortunately again, but for Mana series units you get 750 attack and 50% LB damage. And then everybody gets Reaper Killer. So Reaper Killer, pretty cool, could be useful next month, actually this month, because it's October right now. And then the Mana Blade, 227 attack with, oh my goodness, defense, magic, and spirit +8. Hold the phone, +8, my goodness. But it gives you 75% Beast Killer. Again, one-handed weapons, you can wear them both. There you go. And then Logic Grid, again, this is only for mana units, but it gives you LB damage 50%, attack, defense, magic, and spirit 50%, equipment. So like true double hand, all stats, but it's only for mana units. And there you go. So lots of good treasure to get from Vision Ward, which is the other thing I really like about it, because who doesn't like free items? I know I love free items, but that's not the only collaboration we're getting. We're also getting this free unit, Lord of Light, from ActRaiser, and from what I understand, he's just been delayed so long that at this point he's not really going to be current with our meta. But even if he's not that great, he's free, and you guys know how I feel about free stuff. It means he could show up in a budget clear guide, because at some point you could have logged in and gotten Lord of Light, and if he's even remotely good and useful, he might show up on a team at some point. So if you're interested in doing, you know, copying or repeating a clear that I do for some sort of trial, like for Tuesday Preppers, like we're about to see, make sure you grab Lord of Light, because I'm going to be telling you, he's available, he was free, he's limited time, but he was free, so you should have definitely got in and gotten him. Don't skip out on him, okay? So, like I said, you know, we're going to try and go after lots of killers and stuff like that. They're going to help with all of these different bosses that we're going to face, and there are a lot of them. We're going to start with beasts here. You know, we got the Artemis Bow, Beast Killer Plus from Scorn of Aemon. You could also go after Rafflesia to get Beast Eater Sense if you're really crazy and can beat Rafflesia as a new player. Good for you. I think it's a fairly difficult trial unless you have Tsukiko or Tulian's fully upgraded abilities for his really big Imperil, or Emperor. I just recently got my own first Emperor not too long ago, and I've got Tulian, I've got Tsukiko, so for me it was pretty easy to go in and do it, but not everybody can. But also you can pick up Valued Memories from Irvin for a really good beast killer, and there you go. We've also got machines on the list, and there's been so many we've done recently with machines. Doulahan Advance I've done more than once, but also Raging Tempest from Tyvis, Mechanic from the Royal Family for Cindy, Valued Memories again from Irvin, Last Guardian, Mastery of Machinery, lots and lots of good stuff for Machine Killer. So much that I feel like we don't need to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. But you could also do Machine Eater Sense from Doulahan, not too bad. Human again is one there's tons and tons of stuff for. Cross Aigayan Arm, Mask of Ashura, Searing Ember, Narine's Trance Saber, lots of good stuff. You know, Human Killer there's tons and tons of, but these are the trial rewards that are available. Go get some. You probably already have them all. Insect we've done for the past 2 weeks. We did Insect Eater Sense not too long ago, Insect Buster, and Bug Killer Plus last week. So we've got lots of these available, and we've been talking about them so much that I feel like we don't need to spend that much more time talking about them, which leaves us with Stone, which is one that we have not really done a whole lot. But you could get Stone Killer Plus from Stroper, Stone Eater Sense from Archaeoaevis, Darksteel Destroyer, Darksteel Heavy Armor. Lots and lots of good stuff there for Stone. Also, Weapon Specialist from Wild Rose Furion also gives you Bird Killer, and that's really good. The Scanning Goggles from Eileen, and Partisan, Storm Bunny Jacket, Stone Killer from King Giot, the free unit. King Giot, you can get as many copies of Stone Killer as you want. So lots and lots of options for Stone Killer, but the one we're going to go after is Stone Eater Sense from the Archaeoaevis. So let's go ahead and take a look at that together. If you look at Stone Eater Sense from Archaeoaevis, it's a 40% attack and magic with 75% physical and magic Stone Killer, which is very nice. And we're going to be doing it with a pretty easy team. And we're going to get all the trial rewards too, so that's cool. It's in the 12 types section. The Archaeoaevis is the very first 12 type trial we got, and the hard version is difficulty 440. The challenges are to beat it within 6 turns, with a party of 5 or less, and to have no deaths. Not too bad for us. We're going to be able to take care of that. We're also going to be getting Bird Killer Plus off of this. If you've never gotten it, you can grab that here. It tells you that he frequently causes attacks or uses attacks that cause status ailments. As he gets weaker, the power of his attacks changes. He starts off being weak to lightning, and changes to being weak to ice once he gets below 50%. So depending on how fast you go, you might be able to do this in a couple of turns using just lightning damage, like we're about to do, or you need to be prepared to switch out to ice after a couple of turns. Here's our team. And we're going to try and grab a friend here. So we're looking for any Sylvie friend. It really does not matter how they are geared. We're just looking for a Paladin Sylvie. As long as they are EX1 or better, preferably EX2, we can use them for what we're doing. And we're going to look for a Sylvie. I heard I have a friend who put one on Nemesis 2. So let's see if they're available here. And if not, we can always grab mine. Well, I've got Corrupts here. Corrupts is available for us. Let's see if we have if anybody else is available. Not that I don't want to use Corrupts. It's just that Chig said that they left one for me. I'm just looking. Hazinos is here. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take Corrupts. Corrupt, this is your moment, my dude. Alright. We got Corrupt here. Notice important, Corrupt is EX2, so that means we're going to start with the Limit Burst. We're going to take my Sylvie out. There we go. What I can tell you about this is that your companion Sylvie's gear does not matter in the slightest. Alright, we're going to take a look at Beatrix first. She does not do anything in the base form. Does everything in the shift form, and she's geared for lots of ice and lots of thunder resistance. That matters. She's also got some dark resistance. She's immune to a bunch of ailments, and then otherwise she's going to be totally fine. That's going to take care of all the damage that's incoming, so don't have to worry about elemental damage. Her spirit doesn't really matter because we've got the elemental resistances in place, but this is big, the 400, because the boss is really big in perils to ice and thunder. Okay, here's how I've got her geared to prepare for that. Honestly, though, we're going to kill this thing so fast that I don't think it's really going to matter. She does take a little bit of magic attacks, but she never takes damage in the clears that I've done so far. So really, I think I've got her way over geared. For Shadow, we've got Shadow geared for 100% passive provoke and a 100% evasion. I've also got some MP cost reduction for him. His abilities tend to drain his MP quite a bit. But he's here to provide us with Mirage stacks and break the boss and lower the boss's accuracy, which matters because the boss has an accuracy buff. So we have to get rid of that and deal with it. But however you want to get passive provoke and evasion on Shadow, you're good to go. Okay. Our damage dealers, we've got Squall, Lone Lion Squall, and we've got Star Player Titus. Not even geared as well as they could be, right? But they are geared for, we've got 300% Bird Killer on Squall as well as LB damage. He's got True Double Hand. But you could gear him better than this, and he does better. But this will technically work with the way I've got him set up. Okay? Not even wearing the best vision card or anything like that for his setup. There we go. And then Titus, the same thing. You know, we've just got some kind of random whatever gear. He's not our main damage dealer. I can honestly take these off, and it's going to be okay. We're going to go ahead and leave him on there because I know it works, and we're good to go. He's wearing really suboptimal stuff, with the exception of Yuna's necklace, which we got for free, and Orin's jug, just because I happen to have gotten one. So there we are, and we're going to do this with this team. And as always, we'll put on ability vision so you can see what we have going on. So it starts off, the boss lowers lightning resistance with an area effect. So we need to make sure that we have that under control. And we're going to be doing lightning elemental damage since he's weak to lightning as well. This boss actually has 185% resistance to every element, and then his lightning resistance debuff from the Imperil, from the field, makes it so you can do lightning damage to him. Thankfully, he does not do lightning damage, really, to you. I mean, from what I've seen, so it's not really that big a deal. He could, but he has not so far this entire time that I've been trying to work this out. We're going to start with Beatrix, and she's going to double. She's going to cover and Saintly Protection. She's not going to provoke because that prevents her from, or prevents Shadow from doing his thing. Cover, Saintly Protection. Corrupt, your Sylvie is going to help us out here. In the shift form first turn, it's going to do offense, Bolt Egg Basket, and Marion's Blessing Lightning. There we go. Shadow is going to triple, and Shadow is going to use Smoky Mist to lower the boss's accuracy, Jamming Blade to break the boss, and Concealing Shadow to give everybody Mirage stacks. That's how we can get away from with avoiding the AoE physical attacks that come in. Squall, honestly, just gonna kind of get ready and do his thing. We choose to fight back. Lion's Spirit, Lion's Rise. Titus, same thing. He's just gonna, Ace ability, Splash Hunt. And we're gonna use Blitz Mania as well, just to make sure that everybody's got MP going on. And we'll go ahead and send these guys in. Just kind of chain together at the same time. There we go. Physical attacks, AoE. There we go. So I don't know if you caught all that. So there were 2 physical AoE attacks and then 1 single target physical that Shadow evaded. The boss has accuracy. So his accuracy debuff that we did counteracts that and lowers the boss to just like 100%. That way Shadow takes no damage because he's got 100% evasion. So he's fine. Boss is also broken, has lowered lightning resistance and everything else. And we're ready just to kind of work on turn 2. On turn 2, we're going to keep the Mirage stacks going and then just hit the boss twice. Squall is just going to... we're going to wait a second on Squall. Sylvie's going to go to the base form and is going to triple Paladin's defense. We're going to use Burgeoning defense and Compassionate Knight. That's going to give Squall a little bit of LB fill. There we go. So that he can use Fated Circle. Actually, he's going to do it twice. And then Agile Edge. Do a little bit of chaining with Titus. Do a little Stardust Ray chaining. There we go. And try and do a little bit of damage. What we're trying to do is get the boss into like the 85% range. That way we have less risk when we go to burst on the 3rd turn. That way we kind of increase our chances of success here. Perfect. Beatrix is just going to go ahead and use her LB. Puts up cover, puts up mitigations. We're going to be in good shape. Alright. There's the AoE physicals, some blind, and some dark damage that's magic, so she covers it. We're totally fine. We've not taken any damage. Very, very good. And we're ready to burst. So on turn 3, Sylvie's going to go ahead and do Leaping Love, which is going to give LB damage, stat buffs, modifier boosts. Thank you, Sylvie. Shadow is going to triple cast Stardust Ray. So is Titus. He's going to do Spiral Cut and Energy Rain Plus. Squall's going to cap with his LB. And we're good to go. So the way this works, because Stardust Ray has kind of a delay between when you trigger it and when it starts chaining up the hits, I'm going to send the chainers in first and then Squall like a little bit after to let the chain build up more. That way Squall gets a bigger burst of damage. It's going to look kind of like send the chainers, send Squall. And there we go. We're on turn 3 and did all the stuff we needed to do. And the nice thing about that is that at some point all these units have been available for EX coins, which means you can get them for free, with the exception of Sylvie, but that's why we brought a Sylvie friend. And there we go. One last look at those missions. Defeat him within 6 turns. Party of 5. Or defeating within 6 turns gets you Stone Eater Sense, which is what we came for. 5 or less gets you STMR exchange tickets, and no deaths gets you a rare summon ticket. Woo. Beating him also gets you Bird Killer Plus, which is no doubt going to be useful eventually. So go ahead and grab it now if you've never done this before, and you're good to go. So that's it. That's all I got for right now. So go out there and get you some Stone Killer to get ready for capping this boss on Thursday. Actually on the 10th when the final stages unleash. It'll be fun times. So we'll work on that together and be on the lookout for a rank 1 shareable clear, and we'll try and work on like kind of budgety ways to do it if we can figure something out that doesn't necessarily involve Tsukiko, and Sylvie, I'll be happy to work on that, because I would love for that to not be the only way we can do it, but it's definitely a way that's coming to my mind immediately of what's probably going to work, slash be easier than intended. But you know, it's what we've got. We're global, baby. We're going to use it. So hope that's helpful to you, and we'll see you in the next video and on Twitch over on Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, you guys be good to each other. Take care and have a great rest of your night. Bye.